Before I get into the video, I recommend you watch my previous video, Dream the Secret Accounts, before watching this one, or at least the first 3 or so minutes. The first 3 minutes detail the bigger controversy that happened with Dream, the N-word, and an account called Wesley. You don't have to go watch that video before you watch this one, but I would recommend it. Also, don't go and harass anybody I mention in this video. I'm going to get into some pretty suspicious behavior later, but I do not know for certain if the people I'm talking about were involved. This video is not grounds to go send anyone death threats or commit similar actions. Also, I apologize in advance if anything I say in this video is wrong. Now, let's get right into it. While most people remember March 25th, 2021 as the day Dream got falsely accused of racist behavior, there's actually a second, smaller controversy involving Dream, BadBoyHalo, and Geosquare that day. A lot of the tweets from the situation have been deleted, so it is harder for someone to go back and look at what happened. Most people who are following the situation probably only know this. Geosquare made an alt account where he spread rumors that Dream said the N-word and other suspicious behavior. Those rumors were then proven false. BadBoyHalo made a tweet dunking on Geo and insulted him. Geo said he was feeling suicidal, and after that BadBoyHalo stance accused Geo of suicide baiting. I know that went from 0 to 100 real quick, but this is the Minecraft YouTube community we are talking about. Now I was able to dig up what I believe to be all of the tweets from the situation, so we have a better understanding of what actually happened. According to all of the evidence I currently have, there is no proof that Geo ever maliciously tried to ruin Dream's career, intentionally spread any misinformation, or suicide baited. On the other hand, BadBoyHalo and a lot of Dream's friends look like terrible people due to their comments they made about Geosquare. Let's start with Geosquare's first tweets. Geo made an alt account and tweeted this alternate account on his main account. Then he started to make tweets about Dream on his alt account. First, he said, word for word, "Yo, I don't know if this is 100%, but it seems like Dream was doing questionable shit in around 2017. Like slurs and anti-Semitism shit. Also, this image, not 100% sure if it's him, but it has references to Callahan plus Stream on PvP, his original channel pretty sure, sorry if wrong." With this tweet, he also linked the account to his claim in Dream said the N-word, a Minecraft account with the names Dream on PvP, Calagay, and Fascist Kid. Geosquare followed this up with a few more tweets. Content warning slurs, notably in that video from the original, Dream says the N-word. Down to the conspiracy hole Pogger. By the way, this is a better recording of Dream from the same channel, sounds pretty much identical to me. For all 3 of these tweets are links to more of the proof the original account put out. Geosquare also replied to one of the comments in his thread. One account called the Aggles said, "I don't think we should start canceling people or stuff like that, but yeah, it's definitely questionable stuff. Should be looked into more before we start accusing people, thanks for tweeting about this." And to this reply, Geo responds by saying, "Yeah, for sure, I don't mean to be a part of cancellation, but this is pretty serious material that should be taken seriously if true." Also, I think this is pretty irrelevant, but Geosquare also commented on the video of Dream supposedly saying the N-word with a timestamp of when he said the N-word. He commented this because someone was asking for the timestamp. Those are all the tweets Geosquare initially made about the situation. What have we learned so far? Geo said no less than 3 times that he was not sure if the accounts in question were Dream. 3 times, in his first tweet too. Geo never said that he 100% thought Dream said the N-word or that Dream was behind the weird Minecraft accounts. He literally said the opposite with his initial tweet. In one of the follow-up tweets, he doubles down on this uncertainty and says we should not try to cancel Dream, but we should try to take these claims seriously and look into them more. This directly refutes any idea that Geo was trying to maliciously cancel Dream. For the rest of the follow-up tweets, all he says is that Dream supposedly said the N-word, there's more than one video of Dream supposedly saying the N-word, and that the voice in the video and Dream's voice sound alike, and he made a joke about going down a rabbit hole. This in no way proves that Geosquare was being malicious or intentionally spreading misinformation. While the evidence Geo was spreading did turn out to be false, nobody knew that for sure at the time. You can't blame Geo for being misled by misleading evidence. If you do blame Geo, then I guess literally hundreds of people were maliciously attacking Dream, as that is how many people liked the initial tweet trying to call out Dream on supposedly being racist. And honestly, it is probably closer to thousands of people, as this screenshot I found was taken a short while after the tweet started getting traction. As for the YouTube comment, that literally proves nothing except Geo knew the timestamp that the N-word was dropped. Now let's get into BadBoyHalo's tweets. Luckily for us, these ones are still up. At 6:11 PM CST, Bad tweeted out, "Hey Geosquare, question for you. Are you still an admin on speedrun.com? I would have thought that someone like you would have had better investigation skills." Then 11 minutes later, Bad followed up by saying, "Just to clarify, I think it's irresponsible for someone in Geosquare's position to spread false information that could hurt someone's reputation, even on an alt account. I enjoyed watching Geosquare's videos, so it makes me upset to see his investigative process has come to this. Bad quickly followed up this tweet 2 minutes later with, "Just to be clear, anyone who sends hate to anyone is no fan of mine, and I don't support it. But if this whole situation isn't evidence that a particular person has a vendetta against Dream, I don't know what is. They owe Dream an apology." This thread received thousands of likes, retweets, and comments that all dunked on Geosquare and pretty much were calling BadBoyHalo a king. However, let us take a closer look at this absolute atrocity of a thread. First off, what in the world is Bad talking about? I assume Bad is talking about Geosquare with his last statement about how someone has a vendetta against Dream. That makes zero sense. As said previously, nothing Geosquare said has implied that he was trying to cancel Dream, spread misinformation, maliciously attack Dream, or anything like that at all. All he said is that there was some suspicious evidence that may or may not be true, that someone should look into it more. Exposing suspicious evidence and saying someone should look into it is way different than trying to cancel somebody. Did Geo spread misinformation? Yeah, but he never claimed that information was 100% fact to begin with. If you want to talk about misinformation, BadBoyHalo's thread is full of it. BadBoyHalo mentions that Geosquare has terrible investigative skills and that his investigation process is bad. I have no idea how to interpret this other than Bad is super Mongo stupid, or he is going out of his way to make Geo look like a bad person. I guess I'll just give Bad the benefit of the doubt and just say he is dumb. For context, Geosquare is a speedrunner moderator who was involved in the Dream cheating scandal. He also published a video clarifying why they chose to disqualify some of Dream speedruns, although I do not think he actually made the video. It seems like BadBoyHalo is trying to say that Geosquare's tweets about Dream potentially saying the N-word are part of the speedrun investigation, but that makes no sense. The speedrun investigation literally ended in 2020. It has been 3 months since 2020 ended. This is a whole new situation about a completely different topic. Trying to tie together the two cases to make it look like Geosquare is out for Dream is just not true. It's like saying since the same police officer busted you twice 3 months apart, once for speeding and once for smoking weed, that officer is out to get you, even if you do not have any additional evidence. I guess Bad could also be saying that Geo looking up name MC accounts and retweeting something that made Dream look suspicious is an entire investigation, but again, that is such a stretch. Geo probably just saw a Twitter account calling out Dream, did 5 minutes of research to make sure the clips in question are not completely taken out of context, and reposted the thread to spread awareness. That is much different than a weeks-long investigation with numerous people involved like the speedrunning scandal. And before anyone makes this argument, if you want to say that Geo shoved an investigation into this post on the same level as the speedrunning scandal, that is not true. Geo has no obligation to look into claims about Dream each time they pop up, nor does he have any obligation to DM Dream each time someone tries to expose him. That's like getting mad at a private investigator when they are not investigating one specific murder out of hundreds that happen daily. Also, saying that Geosquare is biased against Dream, while probably a little true, means literally nothing in this situation where everyone is biased in some way. BadBoyHalo has literally known Dream for years. Do you not think he is biased in Dream's favor? BadBoyHalo started a lot of support from Dream's friends. Carl Jacobs, and Frost, Vovidus Cake, Just Verb, and Boomer and A all commented on the thread showing their support for Bad and their denouncement of Geo. Do you think they too are not biased? Of course Bad is going to defend Dream, while Geo is going to be more skeptical on Dream. That is how people work. And Bad, if you are watching this and thinking to yourself that, I know Dream, he would never do something like this, so I knew I was in the right. People do uncharacteristic things all the time. I'm sure C-Scoop and Travis never thought that they would have to kick Kami Carson out of their house for sexting minors when he moved in with them. Also, if you are saying that since Geo is now biased against Dream, we should revisit the speedrun scandal, you are the dumbest person alive. What is more likely? Geo was always biased against Dream from the very beginning, or after investigating Dream and concluding that Dream faked his speedruns, then Geo became biased against them. Just because Geo may be biased now does not mean he was biased during the speedrun scandal. Even if he was always out for Dream's throat, the evidence from third parties who looked at the speedrun scandal is overwhelmingly in Geo's favor. You can have a bias and still be right. What is important is that you do not let your bias make you do something you may regret, which brings me to my last point. How BadBoyHalo, and by extension all of Dream's friends who supported Bad, handled this drama is so utterly irresponsible it is disgusting. They could have just kept their mouths shut and let the situation play out as it did not involve them. But instead, not only did they spread their own misinformation about Geo, but when Geo started to get massive amounts of hate from Bad's post, most of them dipped and didn't say anything. To Bad's credit, his last tweet does say to not send any hate to Geosquare, but with literally the following line he implies that Geo has a vendetta against Dream. Maybe Bad was talking about some other account, but if he was, he could have been much more clear. And to end this section with a bang, you might remember that I gave out the timestamps for BadBoyHalo's tweets. Why I do this? Let us show you that BadBoyHalo only made the disclaimer to not send hate to Geo a whopping 12 minutes after his original tweet. If BadBoyHalo truly, honestly wanted Geo to receive no hate, he would have made a disclaimer right away. However, he only added a while later after the damage had already been done. Speaking of damage, let's see at how Geosquare is holding up. After the BadBoyHalo tweet, Geosquare quickly deleted all of his tweets about the situation. Next, he quote-tweeted Bad's original tweet and said, "I feel ill right now." Then, the Geo tweeted out, "Don't mean to be hyperbolic, but I feel particularly suicidal ideation-y at the moment. I think I am fine, I'm just gonna leave Twitter for a while." Geo ended up deleting these tweets as well, and he put out a more official statement, one that is still up. "I'm incredibly sorry, being unfairly hunted plus judged by an internet mob is all too common and absolutely terrible. Really should have thought twice about ramifications before talking about that tweet on an alt. Again, I'm so sorry to Dream and those affected by that information." Since this tweet, Geosquare has been off Twitter. Now, if you ask me, I think Geo saw some tweets about Dream potentially saying the N-word, did like 5 minutes of research just to make sure the evidence was not fabricated, and posted about it on an alternate Twitter. Then, when Bad called Geo out and exaggerated what Geo actually did, Geo freaked out and started having suicidal thoughts. How serious these thoughts were, nobody knows. Because he was freaking out, Geo tweeted about this, but he later regretted posting about that and deleted the tweet. Geo then made a more official statement and apology to Dream and took some time off the internet. However, let's take a look at Geosquare's replies and see what the Dream stance has to say about all of this. Oh dear, surprise surprise, Dream stands do not actually care about mental health or suicide when it is someone they hate talking about it. And before I get any comments about this, yes, I know that not all Dream stands are like this, and I saw a handful of stands defending Geo in his replies. But this is not just a small minority of people. The tweet that claimed Geosquare was trying to guilt trip minors using suicide has 1.2 thousand likes. As far as I am aware, there is absolutely zero proof that Geo was suicide baited when he put out those tweets that he said he was suicidal. If Geo was really suicide baiting, then yeah, that is absolutely despicable. I do suppose there is a chance that Geo admitted to suicide baiting in private. But no proof of this has been publicly revealed, so it is much better to lay on the safe side and take those comments more seriously. One last thing before I move on. If you want proof that Dream thought that Geosquare was responsible for him being falsely accused of racist behavior, let's walk down to a very special place. Dream's liked tweets. The account Blissfile tweeted out, "This is like an episode of Scooby-Doo, where the mystery gets solved and Geo and the antis are saying, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you middling kids." This tweet was liked by Dream on his second account, and considering that Dream rarely likes any tweets on his two accounts, it is safe to assume he agrees with this tweet. That being said, putting the blame on this whole situation solely on Geosquare and the antis is so mind-bogglingly stupid it's insane. Geosquare was not the only person who called out Dream for this suspicious behavior. While I agree to some extent that Geo is right to apologize to Dream for unintentionally spreading misinformation, that is all he did. For the 100th time this video, there is no proof Geo was acting malicious in this situation. Now, I cannot speak for all of the quote-unquote Dream antis. I'm sure some of them do just really hate Dream and want to see him fail. But it was not just Dream haters spreading these accusations around. I saw many stan accounts also retweeting the post, demanding that Dream make a response. Unfortunately, I can't go back and look at the tweets since the main thread has been deleted, so I guess it is just my word against Dream's. Now that I have hopefully avenged Geosquare, let me get into the real meat of this video and what I teased in part 1. When doing some research for my previous video, I found some pretty suspicious stuff that, if true to the worst possible extent, would be very bad for Bad. Before I explain, I must preface this by saying I have no clue how much of this is actually true or not, and how much this is just coincidence or some other explainable occurrence. My goal with exposing this information is not to ruin Bad's career, but instead just try to get an explanation from somebody about this stuff. Any updates to this section will be either in my pinned comment or the description of this video. Let's get right into it. Contrary to popular belief, the Wesley account that claimed Dream said the N-word did not just make that one accusation. There was another, much more serious accusation. In the middle of the shenanigans, Wesley retweeted a Twitter account called Seeked. On April 2nd, 2020, 1 year before this whole drama happened, Seeked tweeted out, "Fun fact, Dream was taken used to edit my early videos." To add further onto this claim, Wesley found an old YouTube comment exchange on HypnoHack's channel. HypnoHacks is the person who uploaded the videos of fake Dream saying the N-word. The video this comment is allegedly from has since been privated, but I do not doubt that is real. The reason is that, on a video on Seeked's channel, HypnoHacks is credited in the description. But who is Seeked? And why does this matter so much? Well, for one thing, Seeked has an animated profile picture on Twitter. That should be a red flag right there. Not only that, but Seeked is actually the Twitter account of one of the most notorious Minecraft hackers of all time, Doxioli. That is right, we are talking about Minecraft hackers, specifically Doxioli, who I will be now referring to as Dox from now on. If you go to Dox's channel, it is video after video of him hacking on a popular Minecraft server, griefing the spawn of a Minecraft server, and in one very extreme case, a video showcasing a glitch you could do to bypass Mojang security questions and steal the account of another player. However, there's no proof that Dream was ever actually connected to Dox. I haven't watched all of Dox's videos, but have been unable to spot Dream in the ones I have watched. The comment section has been turned off for every video, so there's nothing there either. Dox actually did credit the editors he hired for his later videos, but all the Twitter accounts he linked have been suspended. And even if there was a Dream who really did edit for Dox, how do we know it is not the old Dream? I think it is a much more likely case that the old Dream and Hypno Hacks videos edited for Dox, and now Dox just has the two mixed up. But if that is all there is to the story, I will not be making this video. BadBoyHalo, why do you follow Dox on Twitter? Furthermore, why do you follow Custom KKK on Twitter? Custom KKK was another notorious Minecraft hacker, and he was even bigger than Dox from what I have seen. However, all of his videos have since been deleted, and the only thing I could really find is a top 5 best Custom KKK videos. While Custom claims to have since reformed his ways and is now streaming on Twitch, one look at his social blade and I cannot help but still be a little suspicious. Now, BadBoyHalo following Dox and Custom does not mean that he endorses their actions, and I am in no way saying that he does. However, while follows do not equal endorsement, they do equal acknowledgement. Bad clearly has acknowledged these two on Twitter. Whether he was involved in their shenanigans or tried to get them to stop and just never unfollowed them, I don't know. However, that's not the only connection I have from Bad to Dox. BadBoyHalo is friends with a guy named PDL. PDL helps Bad and some other YouTubers with their videos. You can see PDL credited in the BadBoyHalo video I made a Skeppy themed Minecraft server to troll him. They follow each other on Twitter, and PDL is even in Bad's MunchieMC clan, so they obviously know each other pretty well. Not only is PDL friends with Bad, but he's also friends with Dox. Dox and PDL follow each other on Twitter, and they still talk to each other as recently as December of 2020. On top of that, the URL for Dox's channel is PDL Post Gaming HD. This could mean that Dox's YouTube channel is actually technically PDL's, and PDL just gave it to him for some reason. Again, I have to say that I'm not sure how much of a role PDL or Bad played in Dox's videos and behavior, if any. Besides the URL, there is no link to PDL or Bad anywhere on the channel. Maybe they just followed Dox because they wanted to know how he got an animated profile picture on Twitter. However, I still think Bad may know more than he is letting on. I don't think I can really emphasize enough just what the worst possible scenario is here. This is not just a few racist jokes made by teenagers. There is a potential for literal crimes to have been committed. Anybody who has been involved with a Minecraft PvP server, like the ones Dox hacked on or the one BadBoyHalo owns, knows that Minecraft servers are pretty infamous for their toxicity. I'm not just talking about edgy jokes either. Hacking, scamming, doxing, DDoSing, swatting, and many more straight up illegal behaviors were not uncommon to see being done. You might remember a while ago when someone hacked MrBeast, Kanye West, and Elon Musk's Twitter accounts to promote some Bitcoin scam. When the guy who hacked the accounts finally got arrested, some people in the Minecraft PvP community recognized the hacker as a player named Feed, someone who got exposed by the YouTuber Mezoid. Feed was infamous for scamming his followers and DDoSing other players. Yes, a guy who scammed and DDoSed Minecraft players really turned into one of the most notorious Twitter hackers of all time. While Feed, to my knowledge, has no connection to Dox or anyone involved in this situation, I think you can see why I'm pretty suspicious of BadBoyHalo now. I mean, Dox's name is literally Dox. How much more suspicious can you get? Minecraft hackers are insane. They will grief your server, steal your Minecraft account, leak your personal information, and probably call you a racial slur. Again, maybe Bad and his friends had no connection to this whatsoever. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence that is pretty suspicious to say the least. Maybe Bad has connections to notorious Minecraft hackers, maybe he does not. At the very least, I think we can all agree that Bad could have handled his callout post on Geosquare much better. BadBoyHalo probably made his Twitter thread on Geosquare expecting little to no pushback and widespread support from everyone in the Minecraft community. Unfortunately for him, I did not take everything at face value like 100,000 people apparently do. As far as I went on Bad in this video, I do wish him the best. We already have one family-friendly Minecraft YouTuber acting like a child throwing a tantrum on Twitter. We do not need another one. That's it for this video. I will see you next time.